Hello guys, in this lesson I'm going to teach you about variables. So let's start. There are some links for you if you want to check out some examples of Velo codes, and double slash is used to make comments. So onReady function is the function which is executed when the page is ready. So we will declare the variables inside this function, and variable is declared using with the keyword where my variable. So here we declare the variable, but it doesn't have any value. Just let's display and see what it shows. So see, it's saying undefined, as there is no value which we have assigned to that variable. Let's assign some value and see what happens. Okay, so now we assign the value, and with using console log, we can check that value that is displayed in the console screen. So let's try to do some modifications with that variable. Star basically means multiply, so what I am doing is like my variable equals to whatever value in it multiply by 2. And here is the result, the value is 40 now. And there's another interesting thing. Let's check out what happens when we use that variable outside the function. Like you can see there's a red line below the keyword because it's not able to understand what it belongs to. And here it says my variable is not defined, and the reason is because of its scope. The variable works inside this function only because we declared it inside the function, so it will only be working inside this function. And what if we declare this variable outside the function? And let's comment out this statement. So now it is able to understand what that variable is, what the keyword is, and we run, and it shows 20. But what if we run this statement? Inside the function, declare the variable outside the function and print it outside the function. Okay, let me try first to display it inside the function to give you the better idea. So it worked as we expected. It just turned the value twice and it displayed it. But if we will put this outside the circle after the ready function, it will print 20. And the reason is not that it's not working inside here. The reason is that the compiler is working so fast and this code is executed when the page is ready, but during the page is getting ready, this statement is already executed. So that's why we see 20 even though the value has been changed to 40. So this is to explain you the scope of the variable. And then we have let statement as well, let keyword as well, to declare the variable. And like where is basically function, like scope, where there is scope is inside function, whereas the scope of let is around the block. I will not go into the details of that, but in short, like we can declare variables multiple times, but you cannot declare the let variable twice. I'll show you the quick example. So for example, we declared let my variable equal to 20, the same statement, and then we execute. So it's working same as the variable. The change is if I declare where my variable equals to 40, the value, it's working fine. But what if I put this inside this as well? It will show the error. But if I change this let into where, it will not show any errors. Like you can declare the same variable multiple times using where, but you can't do that with let. Let me explain you with another example. So first we declared where my variable and added 20 into it, and then we declared the same variable again and added 40 into it. And when we will run it, first it will show 20, next time it will show 40. But if we use let, it will show the error, like you cannot declare that variable again. You can change the value without any problem, but you cannot declare it again, not even with the where. But if I just assign the values, it will work as expected. So this is how variables work. And then we can have like tags, we can have strings, we can have integer. For example, we put this into I'll use where as I'm more comfortable with it. So now with inverted commas, we turn that variable into string variable. And so what I did here is use the same statement as I did earlier, but because it's a number, the statement will work with the number, but it's a string, so it's showing me the red warning. But if I execute that statement, it will show the correct answer. And the reason for that is Wix Velo is having a very smart compiler, and it is able to understand that if we are using this mathematical equation, it tries to convert this string into the variable or number to match it, and because it's 20 and it's easily understandable by compiler as well, so it was able to convert it and gave us the right result. But if I put any value like 10, it will not able to execute this statement, as that number, that 10 three alphabets cannot be converted into number 10. So that's why now you are seeing the error NEN. It's not really error, but it's just that the value which is like not recognized. It's not a right practice to do that, even if we made it. I just wanted to show you what the compiler can do, but it's not a right practice to do that. So that's pretty much it for the first lesson, that is about variables. If you have any questions, you can comment and I'll happy to help.